Hello and welcome to my channel. You know, I'm doing something a little bit different today. Usually I save the reveal of the character that I've created or put together until the end of the video, but today I'm going to start out with it at the beginning. And the reason is this, because you know, some of you guys, I've seen people on Facebook and kind of like talk to other people, and they're interested in not making their own heads, but printing their own heads and doing their own customs. And I recently had a conversation with a Amigo buddy of mine, and Scott. He does some of the live streams with me, and he was interested in doing a Daryl figure, and he had some options. So I thought, well, heck, I'll go out there and see what's available. And I found a really cool sculpt online. It was actually a little statue. It was called the Zombie Hunter with crossbow. And so I thought it'd be neat to go through the process of how I kind of like pulled the head from that and how I kind of like put this guy together, you know, using just files I found online and my resin printer. So that's what I've got in store today. We're going to be looking at Daryl from The Walking Dead. Now, I don't know if this looks like a little later in the season. I mean, I guess the television show. It looks like it's after probably, I don't know, about the 4th or 5th season. You know, he's a lot more haggard. He looks a little bit more, I wouldn't say adult, but very serious, right? So I think that's the look that this particular model is trying to, I guess, encapsulate. And you'll see I have some really cool accessories. I got this backpack from G.I. Joe figure, the G.I. Joe Amigo. You know, they were clearing them out, so I got a couple of those. I printed the little machete here and his knife, and I made this sheath out of Warblood that I had, and then I printed the crossbow. You know what, let me just go ahead and go through this so that you guys can, if you want to do your own Daryl figure, you can. I'm thinking we may do a paint of this figure as a live stream, hopefully. If not, I may do a paint video later on, I guess, in my season. So without further ado, let's go ahead and get into how I kind of like put this Daryl figure together. I think he looks really cool.
Well, you know, you got to have a really neat head to start with, and I found this one online using Yagi as a search engine. It's from Ultimaker Thingiverse, and it's free. But you know, with anything that's free, you should probably leave a tip, you know, just a couple of bucks, because you know what, the head sculpt is just, it's spot on, it's perfect. Let me show you. There it is right there. The only thing, and you'll notice in just a second, is that the eyes are darkened, and to darken them, they made them recessed, and it looks like he has no eyes. But you know what, there are ways around that too. So I'm gonna go ahead and make sure that I download this, and I'm also gonna need a crossbow and some melee weapons. He's got his knife there. I also have a backpack, so I want to put a machete in there. So I found, well, there's the crossbow that I downloaded. It was $5. And these are the melee weapons that I found. I've got like a survival knife, and I've got a machete. And this again was free. This is from Cults. And I think these are going to be some neat accessories for Daryl. So I've got all the stuff that I need to download. So now that I've got a head chosen, I'm going to go ahead and open it up, and I'm going to try to cut it off of the body. Wish me luck. Okay, I've downloaded my file. It's called Zombie Hunter with Crossbow. So I'm going to go into the files, and there it is right there, Daryl. I'm going to open it with my mesh mixer. It may take a bit. Okay, there he is. I'm going to need to adjust him, so I'm going to come over here to Edit and Transform, and I just need his head, so I'm going to take away a lot of this. I think I'm going to cut him real quick. I want him to be at a 90-degree angle to that plane. Like it's still a little off. I'm judging by the neck. See the neck? Okay. It's looking good. little bit more. Okay, so it looks like I have a 90-degree here on the neck and a 90-degree here on this, the front part of the neck. So I think I'm good. I'm going to go ahead and cut him. Let's see, edit. Oop. Let's see if I can get back. There we go. I'm going to accept. Now I'm going to go to plane cut. I think I'm going to cut right about there. Okay, so I'm just left with all this right here. Looking pretty good, so I need to get rid of all this stuff. I had a viewer tell me that the best way to do this is go over here to Sphere Disc Brush, and you can get rid of a lot of material at once. You'll hear a little clicking in the background. That's my delete button, so I just highlight it, hit delete, and you can see I'm getting rid of large portions of this model. And you'll see that it's in layers, so I'm taking care of the jacket without digging into the neck. See what I mean? Okay, let me take another look at him and make sure he's positioned correctly. It looks like I'm a little off. So let me go back to edit, and I'm going to do transform, and I'm going to try to get him kind of perpendicular to the plane. Then I'm going to do another cut on the neck. Okay, that looks good. Okay, I'm going to accept him. And I'm going to go to, where's that cut? Plane cut. And this is my final cut on the neck. Let me make sure I like it. It didn't go down enough, or up enough, I should say. Plane cut again. Looks good. Now, you'll notice that the neck here needs to be taken in a little bit. There's that protrusion right here. So I'm going to go to my sculpting tools. Let's see, where is that? Sculpt. And I'm going to do my flatten brush. Let me take down the size a bit and the depth. And I'm just going to flatten a little bit. You can see I'm just trying to get a neckline. This is the hardest part of what you're going to be doing. Go a little deeper. Might have to take some off. Let me see. Robust smooth. How's that looking? Oh, a lot better. Yeah. Let me smooth out the neck here. Actually, that looks pretty good. Gotta get rid of that bump. Let's see. I think this model may be really, really small. We'll find out in a second. Oh, there we go. Alright, let me get the robust smooth, and I think we should be good. Shrink smooth. That did it. Let me take the size down a little bit. Alright, that's got it. So I got my neck. Oops. I got my neck. Let me go ahead and save him. I'm going to go to export. And I'm going to call him, well, I'll just put Daryl. Yeah, let me just save it as Daryl. Because I had dragged that file over here earlier, but I wanted to show you how to open it up from the from that folder, so that's why it was there. Let's see, where's my Anycubic program? There it is, right there. Go ahead and open it from there. And I'm going to import Daryl. Hopefully I saved it correctly. If not, oh yeah, there he is. You can see how small he is. Yeah, that neck doesn't look too bad. Alright, now that that's there, I'm going to go ahead and open up, and I'm going to put a link to these files too. And I'm going to import that Lincoln head that I use. Where is it? There it is. Lincoln Mego head. Because this one's scaled to Mego. I just need to make sure that they're both on the same line. And I'm going to make this guy bigger. So let me go scale. Try 300. It looks at least 3 times. Oh yeah, it's going to be a lot bigger. Let me just increase the size this way. Maybe 350. And let me move them up a little bit. A little bit more. Scale. I guess 400. Ooh, maybe more. That looks about right. So I'm going to go ahead and come over here and delete this guy. And I'm also going to import, I have a neck. Where is it? It's like a Migo neck. There it is right there. And again, I'll put a link to this file as well, because I'm going to take this neck and I'm going to attach it to my model. You know what? I found this neck is just a little big, so I'm going to bring it down to 95. And I think this guy might be ready to print. Okay, now I'm going to go to File, and I'm going to do Export Model, and I'm going to save it on my Darrell. Where's my Darrell? And now that he's saved, let me delete this and delete this, because when I save it like that, what I'm going to do is I'm going to make it one model. So instead of those 2 separate pieces like you saw, it's going to be complete. Oops. There he is right there. Just going to check him one last time. Looks like everything's in order. And finally, the last step is to support him. So I'm going to rotate him back a little bit. Let me try 45. There we go. And I'm going to place automatic supports on him. And I'm going to look at them and make sure that no supports are too close to the face or to the hair that are going to give me trouble later. Like, see this one right here? I don't want that on the face. So let me go ahead and remove all supports. And let me try to rotate them a little bit more. There we go. The one on the ear might be a little much. Let me go ahead and manual edit. Get this out of that ear. I'm going to hit delete. I don't think I need both of these. It always puts too many when you're looking at supports. Where they're all clustered, maybe take them out. I think I'll leave those there, but there's none on the face, which is good. Okay, I think that took care of it. I have some on the neck, but that's not a big deal because the neck, if I have to, I can pull those supports off and sand it down using a file. So it looks like this guy's ready to print. I'm going to go ahead and check out my accessories because those said they were pre-supported. So I'm going to go ahead and check those out. You would just hit slice to finish the figure, and then save the slice file to the drive that came with the machine, and then you'll plug that in. So that's it for that. That's done. Okay, for my weapons, I have them here. It's called Melee Weapon Core Collection. I'm going to go ahead and open that. And you'll notice it says support, right? That's what I want. I'm going to go to the combat knife first. And I'm going to put this on my Anycubic. And there's the combat knife. I'm going to go ahead and put my my Mego. Let's see, where is this thing? My Mego Star Trek phaser rifle. Where is that thing? There we go. Scaled. And you can see that this knife is just a little big, so I'm going to bring it down a little bit. I guess maybe 80%. And let me go ahead and bring in the, let's see, where is this thing? Oh, I think I have it over here. I'm looking for the crossbow. There's the machete. Let me open that up. That looks a little big too, so let me bring that down. About 90 on that one. Let me look for that crossbow. Might be in my 3D printer files. Crossbow. There it is. And you can see all three of these models are already supported. The only thing I have to do is just make sure I check the scale. And for this, I'm looking at the, let me get this out of the way. See the handle there? Looks pretty close. I don't think I'm gonna have to mess with that. Maybe just make it a little bigger. I don't know, let me rotate this guy up so I can see what it looks like. Oops. Yeah, I'm gonna have to make this a little bigger. So scale, let me go to 120 maybe? Yeah, 115. That'll work. So let me get rid of that now that I've used that as my scale, and I just position these on the plate for printing. And then I click slice. Okay, so they've already been supported, so I don't have to do anything. I'm just going to put no direct slicing. And then I'm going to save the slice file again to I'm going to call this like zombie weapons. And then I'll just save that to my disk. I'm gonna have to go get my disk. So that's all that you do to get these files on your slicer. I mean on your printer, and print them out. So I'm gonna go check that out right now. I'm gonna go put them on my printer. I think I'm gonna start with the zombie weapons. Well, it took a while, but they're finally done, and all 3 prints appear to have successfully printed. Yep, all 3 of them with the supports. Now, you know what? Not all your models will come with supports, but you should always support them. It's just, you know, if you don't, you're going to have a failed print. I mean, it's not a guarantee that you won't have a failed print, but you will have a failed print. So, have those done. I had done the weapons first, just because this vat right here is filled with this black flexible resin that I'm going to have to swap out. I have to drain it and then put in my regular resin, my gray resin, just because, you know, I was printing some stuff earlier. I use this for weapons and things like that. I was printing some goggles for a Amigo buddy of mine. So, yeah, that's why I printed those first. But yeah, it looks really, really good. Looks like a successful print. I'm gonna go ahead and get this changed out so I can start my head using my gray resin. So I'm gonna do that right now. So here's all my printed stuff, right? I got my weapons. You know, that flexible resin, I don't know if you can see it, but I'm actually bending it. It's called toughness, and you really need this for any sort of like weapons that you're going to be printing, because you can't do this with regular resin. It'll shatter. But you can see there's some really good detail. It looks like I might need to cure this a little bit more. Usually I get these shiny spots on here. I don't know why. This has been out in the sun for almost all day, so I don't know, maybe it just needs a little more curing. So I'll probably just drop it out a little bit more in the sun, just to get those shiny spots taken care of. But really happy with the weapons, the way they came out. But I'm super happy with the head. That's a pretty good head sculpt. Now, you know, if you remember, it was really, really small. So what they've done here is they've kind of plucked his eyes so that you get that shadow effect. So if I were going to paint this guy, I might want to put some eyes in there. But the head sculpt is really cool. Well, I hope this helped you out if you're doing 3D printing. You know, maybe you just started out and you got yourself a resin machine and don't know how to do Amigo type heads. Well, if that's the case, it's not really that big of a deal. You know, just get your Mesh Mixer program, a nice, I guess, piece to start with, cut it down, add the neck. And actually, I think this neck came from Laser Migo, Paul Wasson over there, because I saw his name attached to this. So maybe he came up with this. So if he did, thank you, Paul. Appreciate it. It's a nice neck piece. As I said, I'll have links to all of these weapons below, and also the neck and the head sculpt. So until next time, you guys stay safe and be cool. And boy, have fun with your 3D printers. Look at that. Well, until next time. Bye, guys.